35, bifurcación y 25. Botella difusora.
Today, we would call a person working in a dangerous occupation without taking the necessary precautions for their job a daredevil. We can't imagine a fireman not wearing a helmet or a Formula One driver without protection, in spite of the cumbersome equipment they may use. Construction is an industry where the risk of suffering an accident, sometimes minor, and unfortunately sometimes fatal, is very high due to the constant variations in job conditions. That's why it's essential to work following a series of rules and procedures in order to ensure a job well done, in safety, and above all, foresee the hazards. However, it's not just a matter of arriving home safe and sound every night. If we look closely, people who have dangerous jobs have a very special way of doing things. They're very careful about orderliness. They follow their job procedures and rules, and they don't leave even the smallest detail to chance. Welcome to the construction industry.
Hi there, everyone, and I want to welcome you to the company and to our construction sites. Yes, construction is that fascinating industry where from nothing we make things that are useful for society. We raise new buildings up toward the sky. We go deep underground. We dig tunnels. And we build bridges and viaducts. Oh, but time to be quiet. Victor's film is about to start.
We're done for the day, so I'll put away in the locker room what I've used to do my job properly and to also protect me from the hazards of my trade. Tomorrow's a holiday, and we'll have a dinner party. Some family is coming, as well as my friends, John and Paul. Paul and I met each other when we were looking for work. We started on the site the same day. The job foreman, who's also the safety manager, came out to meet us. Paul had gone to a professional trade school, and I had been a construction worker in my town. Right away, I knew we were going to be good friends. We both wanted to earn a living, and there was work here for several months. The job foreman was quite frazzled because the subcontractors were starting to show up for that phase of the job, and there was a lot of coordination work. Well, even so, he was very attentive to us and answered all our questions. He then gave us our first instructions, then assigned us our work equipment, and also asked us how the job training classes had gone for us.
Don't switch off. Don't change the channel. You have to endure this film to the very end. But I want to take this opportunity and explain a few things you need to know about job sites and the construction industry. We need to know who the different people are in a construction project. On the one hand, there are the developers who want to build the project. It can be an individual or a company that wants to make a block of flats, or the public administration that wants to make a road. And there are the builders or the contractors who are responsible for the construction from beginning to end. The subcontractors are the companies or individuals specialized in specific tasks, such as electricians, carpenters, painters, or those who install the lifts. In order for the work to go smoothly, you have to have a project manager, architect, technical architect, or engineers. Safety and health coordinators are also needed, who are qualified and experienced technicians. Since we said earlier that construction is an industry in which there are many hazards, companies have accident prevention services in charge of designing and ensuring that safety measures are fulfilled. All job sites have one or several safety plans that summarize what must be done to prevent job accidents. These plans are adapted to the particularities of each project. They also foresee what must be done in emergency situations. Even so, to be honest, no matter how many individual and group protection measures there may be, they don't do a thing if the workers fail to abide by them. Let me say one thing. If you're not concerned about your safety and health, your health won't be concerned about you. You must be responsible. But let's go on to something else. No. The film started again.
Once we signed the work contract and completed the training course, they sent us to the medical center to get a checkup and a health report. It's a right we have as workers and an obligation the company has. Imagine you get dizzy. You could fall. Or you might need glasses, or something else is wrong that you don't know about until you have a checkup. It looked like Paul and I would work together, but we didn't. The foreman sent Paul to the 6th floor and me to the 4th. Paul would be a helper in various tasks and would also help set up the group protection systems and do the maintenance. On the 4th floor, I had the opportunity, or the great opportunity, I would say, of meeting John. He's a real expert, and he taught me the secrets of his trade. What I did notice is that it was really comfortable to wear safety shoes. I walked sure-footedly, without slipping. If something fell on my foot, I didn't have to worry about it hurting me. Since I wasn't used to it, it was hard for me to wear the hard hat all day, and I couldn't get used to those gloves. And John didn't let a thing get by me. No mistakes on the job and no slipping up and forgetting any of the job safety rules. I'd never seen anyone lay a row of bricks as straight as John did.
Well, I'm back because I want to reinforce the importance of taking care of your health on the job. Regular medical checkups are a personalized tool for keeping a watch on your own health. And that's really important, as it also is to know the laws and regulations that control this industry. As workers, you have the right to be trained and informed about everything that's important. Obviously, in exchange for those rights, the company and your co-workers will require that you be committed to doing things well. And an example of doing things well is to use the individual protective equipment.
After a few days of working with John, I realized that taking adequate protection against job hazards wasn't an imposition from the bosses or from the law. It's a matter of having respect for myself and for my coworkers. Look how careless that person is. John always compares cleanliness and neatness in the workplace to personal cleanliness. He's right. If everything's orderly and clean, we work better without the risk of tripping. The same way we have more dignity if we have good personal hygiene, even if it's for no other reason than not to bother our coworkers. Meanwhile, Paul has taken a course on the prevention of occupational hazards and has become quite an expert in signage and protection. He'd make guardrails and he'd tighten safety nets. He was quite skillful in safety matters. At breakfast or lunchtime, John is very strict about drinking. He's quite a wine connoisseur and has a wine cellar at home, but he always tells me that on the job, you've got to have the full use of your 5 senses, so he only drinks water. Paul has had to change his habits, and now he drinks alcohol-free beer. I continue to drink water, like always.
There should always be drinking water on the job site. In an industry with as many dangers as ours, one always has to be alert, and alcohol and drugs are not good workmates. It's like when you have to drive. If you've had too much to drink, you're not aware of the danger until you have the accident. All the hazard signage and protection systems Paul makes are very important. And besides, if you see a danger that's not protected or signposted, you must report it to your foreman or to the safety coordinator. Remember, you could be the first victim.
Thanks to the collaboration of my coworkers, and especially to John's teaching, I've learned to respect my job. Now I'm much more aware than ever that working on a construction site is like a bargain. If I do things correctly, if I look out for details, I feel happier. If I take precautions, I feel safer and I do my job better. When I look at a finished project and see the people who live there, I remember when there wasn't anything, just me and a big hole full of noisy coworkers working like ants, making useful things.
Well, like Victor has said, working on a construction site isn't just a matter of earning a week's wages. It's also about having fun. You'll spend a third of your life here, and you should spend it well. Now remember, you have the right to have health checkups. You must receive training and information on the prevention of occupational hazards. The consumption of alcohol and toxic substances is forbidden. You'll work better if you keep your workplace in order and clean. You are required to maintain your personal hygiene. You must obey and be very aware of group protection systems. You must use and be aware of your personal protective gear. You must obey the signs and warn about possible hazards. You must know the safety plan and know what to do and how to react in any emergency situation that could occur on a construction site.
Look, there's John arriving. Who would have thought? The one who looked out for my own safety, and now he won't be able to finish the job. Not even the best expert is safe. One day, the fall protection system failed, and he fell down 2 stories.
Every day, there are many work accidents on construction sites. Some injuries are very serious, and every day, a worker dies.
A construction project is non-stop activity. It's all teamwork. Many companies are performing different activities. There's constant pressure and changes. There are dangers, too. Don't be overconfident. Remember those who love you. You're very important to them. Add safety to your work gear.